Get my camera turned on. How you doing, guys? Oh, I gotta back up. There we go. Okay, it's time to play. So this is the Finch family tree, huh? Okay. Hello guys, welcome to the game called What Remains of the Edith Finch. Whoa. Didn't realize I did this. Okay. Yeah, so pretty much welcome to that, and subscribe to the bell icon, it helps you be notified. And like and dislike either way helps me out. Let's look at it. Oh, I actually control it. Oh, it's cool.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house. My brother Milton disappeared when I was 4. It was like the house just swallowed him up.
This is gonna play at the heartstrings really a lot. Zooms in, but I don't think you can run. Yeah, still think.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
That's weird. Why wouldn't you be allowed in the rooms?
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Wow.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
This weirdness has a camera? I suppose there are little lines and such, so I guess it's possible.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
I need to let's move some stuff out of the way real quick, guys. Move my pop over here. Ooh, that would have been bad. Got stuff everywhere. See, so there's a way to help you guys out with your brightness a little bit. It's gonna look a little bright for me, but maybe that'll fix you guys' darkness I'm seeing on here. Check it out. Yeah, you guys can probably see a little better. Not bad. It's a little bit brighter than what I would like.
Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Which way's what? Where's this way go?
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Oh, good to see a deer. Hey deer, you know I played Call of the Wild, you know. You know that? I played Call of the Wild. Yeah, that's right, I played Call of the Wild. That means like, I know how to hunt a deer. I can shoot you real good. I wonder if you walked slowly without it seeing you move, would it actually been able to approach it? That was probably an Easter egg if I missed.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it.
Let's go back and check out that other path we saw. Because in this game, I want to do it all in one playthrough with seeing as much as we can possibly see. So that means we're probably going to be having a lot of time thrown into this game, a lot more than just playing it straight through and be done kind of thing. So down here we go. We both would go basically to the same location, just in different fashions. Is that what's going on?
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As
Ooh,
if they're about to say something, but never do.
We got an achievement for that. We got all roads. Makes me go in here to the place and then looping back around and go the other way. I got an achievement for that. One of the missing posters laid out there, 2 of them. Yes, she's got a necklace too.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Looks like a crazy construction house. This is a Harry Potter house to me. Cool looking. I definitely would admit that. It'd be kind of cool to build upon your own house and just put on more and more layers.
I asked Edie once about the dragon in the pond. She said it had killed her husband. I was 6. It seemed like an odd joke to me, even then.
There's a lot of these posters. That's honestly why there's so many posters for here when they should be posted somewhere else. Let's go up the side here.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
If I go this way, what, you say something different?
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
It's just a house. There's nothing wrong with it. The attention to detail is pretty good.
The house felt like it had always been here.
Ooh.
Even the swing set was older than my mother.
I should probably do something real quick, just in case some of my friends weren't notified when I posted. Sometimes things don't always notify people like they should. Just in case. I don't know if they're notified or not. They didn't say they were busy. They didn't say anything to me, so I have no clue if they're gonna watch or if they're not. Sonaka, I'm pretty sure I had scheduled for all this entire time for Sunday. I haven't gotten no notifications off even off my phone for it. If I did misread it, I should have gotten a notification if that was going to be on Sunday. The only thing that was brought up was the thing. I'm pretty sure I had Universal Sim and Subnautica scheduled for Sunday. But anyway, let's get to what game we're playing right now. But before we do though, Subnautica has had some changes and some major updates like Frostbite update. So it'll be interesting. Whoa. What's this?
The power had been turned off the night we left.
But I'm not sure if they're joining or not. Like I said, sometimes I've been getting told all kind of random stuff about the notifications. Some people not getting notified, and some are.
For the first time in years.
First time in years, what? You cut me off for that. How dare you?
I felt like I was home.
Can't touch that light switch, apparently.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Yeah, this is gonna play at your heartstrings, everybody. And it's gonna play mine. I may not even say words, and I could end up having tears, so be prepared for that. Because when I look at this stuff, I just compare it to what happens if this was me.
Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
Well, that's not too bad, right? Chinese food's good.
Or how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
This cat's not gonna whine about it. Food's food. I can tell. Wow. Yeah, you would get sick of that. Look how many cans. That's ridiculous. That is so many cans of salmon. That's crazy they got salmon, though. It's usually tuna. Got different type of canned food.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
It's weird. Yeah, place you eat, and you got a window over here towards the garage you can see. It's Eddie. Grandpa. It's like in a horror movie.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
I was pronouncing it Eddie. I was confused. Like, a grandma's called... Is it possible for a woman to be called Eddie? I was like, what? It's Edie. Oh no. Oh no. Edie. Not Eddie. Ugh. I'm already losing my mind before it even starts. Edie. Sorry to all the guys named Eddie. If I end up calling you Edie from now on. Bug collections. That basement thing. The box. Violin. This is what you would see when you came from the front door.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Yeah, we're hearing about last night a lot, but I'm not understanding what. Oh, that's an interesting device. I've never seen that before. The door is locked.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Is that a bomb? I have no clue. I'm just gonna assume it probably is.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Left, right, left, right, left, right. Ring, ring, ring.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Something underneath it? Saw some lights on her. I can't go the other way, so we gotta do this way. Do it again for a moment. Pay attention down there. So you see the gear underneath moving. There's my imagination. Yeah, I guess I'm just being, puzzle hungry, I assumed it stay out of the, if you keep your shout out there, you would hide the key somewhere you would least expect it. And you would never think about looking inside of a box, especially a music box. Well, that's the first place you look, but it's the last place you would look. It's kind of it's like in front of your face, but hidden. I gave too much brain power into that thought, didn't I? Should have been a little bit more, simple-minded there. I thought I was being clever. In case you're wondering, I have not played this game before. A very, very, very long time ago, when a game probably first came out, I watched this. But I have not watched it since. So I have no clue what to expect.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Okay. But I haven't played this game or know anything. I don't have any kind of thoughts on this. What's this?
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
This could be a long stream tonight, like almost 3 to 4 hours, because we got a lot to explore and take our time with. There's a stream going up here.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Why? What's so important about locking that door? This one's brought by Barbara. My friend Bigfoot. She was in a movie?
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
She must have been like Hollywood famous. If that's the case, shouldn't they have been able to improve the house even more? We have that much history and family. It's Birdie. Some water. Doors left open.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
What's with their mom and sealing things? Why would you want to seal it? I don't get it. Jeez. Why would you paint... What? Why would you paint this underwater? Don't get me wrong, it's cool and all, but why would you paint your own house destroyed underwater? With sharks? I'm gonna be a detective here, but there's something not right. Scratch marks coming from right here. Then they're pulled out. Dang, that wind. You can hear that wind. Wow.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
I'd like to know what the heck made the scratch marks. It looks like a chair or something. It's pulled out. Is there anything in the hall that would represent that? Don't ask me why I'm like trying to figure that out. It might be that thing. That's what I'm thinking. I feel like it's suspicious this carpet's probably hiding something underneath it. We can't see it fully. Huh.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Oh, you don't say. Sealing every door? I mean, that kind of shows some signs that you really have some sort of, like, fetish over hiding everything. And I don't get why. Why hide all the doors? Why do all this?
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Whoa. What kind of fun house do they have here? Wow, it's like a tiny little crawl space.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
What was with her sealing everything? Yeah, pretty much as obvious. He wrote his name next to his artwork. Just give it away that you were here, right?
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
Reading what?
But I had no idea what was behind that door.
Oh, I don't like that either. Fine. There's ponies! Unicorns!
Just like I had no idea
pink!
where all this was gonna lead.
What is with the pink curse? Every single game. No matter what it is, it has pink. Why? Oh, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and post that. Yep. Might as well make everybody's night. Yeah, everyone! Pink night tonight. Pink curse. Still alive. Smiles will just announce it on Discord, and why not? Because it just seems like no matter where I go, it's always pink. Every single time. No matter where it is. It could be the most manliest game ever, and there'll just be a random slice of pink just tossed in for good measure.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
People. What people were you looking at? Definitely nothing there. You said you were looking at Molly's room through a peephole. But what is the peephole? What location is it? I don't know. It's very weird.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
What? This thing was living in a life of luxury? Are you kidding me? That is unique. I will say that. That's unique. It's crazy she has another way into her room through that. That's a good emergency exit, but that means you would want your main door locked when you go to bed. Her view's not too bad either. Somewhat scary in a little bit because you see all that ocean. Kind of looks like you're just on the ocean itself. 1942. 47. Must go back further, right? Like, who cares? It's already back in 1900s. So
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
Oh, Molly died. Born in 1937, died in 1947. She only lived 10 years? So the calendar is set for the year she died. And I'm guessing December was also when she passed. Death and everything. That's sad.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Oh, we have to control her too. Aw. So this is the room back in those days. Gerbil food. Can you eat your own gerbil food, huh? Toothpaste. Is there a choice I have? Obviously I don't want to be a mean guy and... Oh no! Don't you dare! No! It is. It's December. I brightened the screen a little bit for you guys, so it probably won't be enough. I'm scared of what's gonna happen.
My Halloween candy was all gone. Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
Yeah, well, she went to bed without food, right? You gotta give her something to hold tight to her, even if it's not good. You know, bowl of ramen or something. Something.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Well, explains why the carrot wasn't there, right? Can I go back to bed now? I guess it's gonna force me to click them all, isn't it?
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Thank you. Don't eat the fish, please. Please don't eat the fish. That's the only thing I was happy about. That's not good for a young one to eat.
I kept eating and eating.
Ugh.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Those actual berries, or I hope that was actual berries.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
How? Okay. I'm sorry, my logistics and my brain of logic just got fried in like 2 seconds into her story, so now I'm just like, I'm lost. What is the... what? What is the representation? How? How? She shouldn't have been able to fit. Oh, space.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
There's nobody in the house. else. I'm guessing the goal here is to catch that bird. It's over there now.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
What? That's them? That's kind of interesting. They're like mannequins. You sure? My brain's thinking this is the dream that she had, not exactly her actual demise. Like, I just can't believe that's what happened to her.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Why would you want? How does those thoughts go through your brain? I want to eat a bird, but yet you should be used to, human food. Why would you want to eat a bird? Sorry if it ruins the story for me logicalizing it. That's what you're gonna get from me. I'm sorry.
I gobbled her up.
Whoa!
And suddenly, I was an owl.
What?
First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Whoa. What in the world is she? I thought that was.
Rabbits. I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Why? I feel like this is like a little kid's tale. Like, maybe this isn't actually her, but her representation of how nature works.
A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
What? Ah! Ah! How do you control this? Ah! You little munchkin, pick something logical.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Why are you so hungry? Can't you be a normal person?
I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
This is so weird.
I grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
That's... Oh, it does squeeze under there. Ugh. That's terrifying to know.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Alright! I was worried that she was gonna die. This is so weird.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
It's weird. No way. It's not. No, it's not. No, it is not. Is it what I think it is?
I got closer and closer.
It is.
All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
If I could play like the GIF with the like mind blown, like that's what I mean. That just blew me away. Like wow, wow. Are we saying she saw her own death coming?
I can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here.
No, fishy. Let's go on. Just the cat?
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. Her room was like a museum.
It was, look at that. Wow. They're both born on the same day, and so they got their the numbers colored half and half. So I'm guessing they were twins. It's bird door. Built in 1937. 10 years after it was built, someone died.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
I don't want a Scooby-Doo. I don't want a Scooby-Doo. I don't want no mystery.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
For, quote, a little forest fire. She must have been right, because the house is still standing, right? I don't see no fire. Or any evidence that there was even a fire. Good.
Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
I think this is going to take us to some history thing. So let's do the door before we click that. Oh, I don't want to look. I saw it for a moment. Oh no! No! Why? Why? Why?
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Why?
It was a pretty big trace.
Why? This looks like this doesn't even look normal. This looks alien. It's supposed to represent the bottom of a kelp, or like the ocean floor or something. It's supposed to represent, like, why? Why would you do that? Why make it pink? There's so many other colors. There's even dark pink. Go dark. Not bright happy pink. There's a secret in this bathroom by 7 and Edith Finch. Should we open it? Why not? Take a deep breath, because what's fun up with this story is going to mind blow me now.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book. Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Yeah, we can go back out. Before I go through Mr. Pink Forest here, I kind of want to check on this, because maybe this thing was not the thing I thought it was. Is it?
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
That's pretty ballsy. They try to ship an entire house off the foundation, that is, and that size. He'd be better off just getting the scaling and the blueprints and building it from scratch, and then try to take a risk like that. Because if you lose it, you lose everything. At least if you had this house temporarily, you could build a secondary one somewhere else.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
That explains why the room was with the ocean and the house was destroyed underwater, and why you would paint that. It's because it was part of their history. Okay. So I didn't know that. It just seemed like an ominous thing to do, creepy.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
Just straight away.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
That must be everything. Can I get out of this? Oh, there you go.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Saving. Cool. This would answer some questions that I have, because that's how we're going to be going through this. Is we're going to go through and I'm going to give my opinion on the spot, and then we'll find evidence of whether or not, if we can find anything that explains it. Oh. Yes, I don't like paint. If you're wondering, yeah, I don't like paint. No, I'm not going to accept it. I can hear you on the other side of that camera. I know you're doing that. You're like, accept pink, Brandon, accept it. No, it's I refuse to accept pink. Finch, born April 25, 1950. What? Oh, September 23rd, 1951. He only lived a year? Damn. Mitten. What the? What in the world? Whoa. Did something run across something? Well, she startled me. I was like waiting for something to grab me. Sam Finch, 1963, most improved player. Ooh, football. Hunting, Call of the Wild. I do like Call of the Wild. There's been updates on that game too. As of late, there's been a lot of improvements. I've been keeping track of it. So we probably will be returning to that game at some point. What the heck is that noise?
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
I wonder why. A lot of symbols and signs here are looking at military. I'm already seeing it to a fort. Fort Sam. Fort Calvin. Yeah, it's like to the command center. Like there's a lot of stuff here. Space. Command center. That is pretty cool though, you get to admit. This is something I would love to have. I'm just saying, this is something I would love. It's like a small little like cove to put my like a little bed into. And have my bed down here, or have my bed up there, and have it opposite. That probably would have been better. Like you had that little cove for your own little personal little square. Because I would have done, yeah, like I said, the opposite way. Seems like he had down here with a nice little command center up there. So enough of me talking. Let's go check it out. Explore the universe. Seems also just NASA signs or space.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Yeah, that means they probably made a lot of mistakes because history can repeat itself, as they say. It's a dark gun. (1950 to 1961). So what? That's like what? Like 11 years. Laser guns. Okay, so maybe it wasn't military. It's like NASA in space. The kid dreamed big. Very big. The kind of big I wish that we would get to finally and actually colonize another planet. I would love that. It would be about time that he would make some steps.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Whoa.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't.
Fear is an essential tool.
I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
Accent. That must be the boy who wrote this page right now, or who ran off. And we're playing as the one who passed away. I'm guessing that's what we're doing. So we've seen the swing set was broken. So keep doing it. I'm like waving myself back and forth because I'm scared. I know it's coming. Something's coming. And part of me wants to like change history and like no, don't let this happen. And of course it's probably going to happen, isn't it?
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
Oh boy. Even I'm doing it. I can't help it. Because I don't want him to do it. So bad. Oh. Please don't do it. Oh boy. It's making me so nervous. Plus I don't know what the heck I'm doing. All I know is it's just the W and S keys. That's all it is, I think. Because I don't think it's spacebar or anything. I don't think we're doing anything. Alright, it seems like his foot twitched when I was doing it. Can he go any faster? Like, what's going on? Do I hit any other buttons or what? Whoa!
I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Alvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it.
Whoa!
I think he'd already made up his mind.
Whoa! One last good swing!
That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
I don't understand how it kept on spinning though.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Yeah, but usually when you flip over once, you lose the momentum. How did it spin that many times around? But again, that's me being logical. Oh gosh.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
this one's probably different.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Ooh. That's clever. What is it? It's really like a fun house. Raise it up, raise it up. What?
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
So I was standing there staring there, and anything could have been right here staring at me. Dang. That is clever, 'cause I didn't notice it at all. Literally, you could have ears in the walls in this place. There's one clear at the end, and then there's like one right here. There must be some kind of exit. Let's leave that open in case we need it.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Now we're in Miss Celebrity. That is an interesting way to enter her place. It looks like nothing different, like a little clothing compartment, but it's actually a tunnel system. So that's pretty interesting. This house is really like a fun house. I won't lie. If I was,
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
if I was their age, around 10, maybe 5, 10, 15, maybe even the oldest, maybe 15, this would be a really fun house, even to that point. Just because of all the trapdoors, or all the unique ways, everything. Of course, it's got pink. Yeah, everything's there. 1944 to 1960. Should be like what? It's about 16 years about. So it's, if I'm doing the math right. Barb Street. Did she get a street named after her? That's pretty dang good. Birthday pizza. Pretty good. There's a guy in spandex. Wish she had tastes. Great. The dreadful stories of Barbara Finch. I'm not gonna. Yeah, this is not gonna be pretty. Oh yeah, Ken was talking. Sorry about that, buddy. Yeah, let me get this activated so I can see you guys talk more. There you go. That should pop the thing up on the screen so you guys can type on Discord and I can see it. Sorry I didn't see it earlier. I didn't have Discord up. I forgot to activate it on this thing. It's a new game after all. Saying, there's his comment, guys. Have you ever played on a swing set? You're doing it all wrong. Feet out to go forward. Lean forward to go back. Come on. I swing sets. I barely got on any in my childhood. I don't know anything. I just know you just swing forward, and when you hit the peak of your motivation, that was the only time it worked. And sorry for the late notice on that comment. I just, like I said, I forgot to activate it onto this thing. I meant to do it when I started, but I got too wrapped up in getting started with the story. Cause I don't know how long this is going to be, and we're going to do as long as we can. So if I can do it for about 3 or 4 hours, I'm probably going to do 3 or 4 hours.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack. Some kind of jack-o'-lantern monster.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up, a has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room.
Damn.
So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box.
It's me. Oh, this is weird. What kind of graphical detail is this?
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
This music. No way! Michael Myers? Oh no! Oh no!
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The graphics in this is weird. I can actually hit things. So we get to use this to bash this instead of going right. Okay, Michael Myers. I got a crouch.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Shut up. Making it worse. Ah, that's where he hurt his hand on the saw. You ready for this? Come on, I'm gonna beat your...
Finch rattled and grew still.
I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna beat you up. Almost said knock you out. Ah!
Oh.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Really? Again? This must have been on Halloween. Well, obviously because of the Michael Myers theme here. Friday 13th. Go at it like freaking SWAT team, you know, you look at both sides, whoever side's the most closest, which would be this way. This would be the way someone would probably get you from. It's Walter right there. 1, 3, 2, 1, breach! And cleared!
Walter, are you there?
Can't turn and look anywhere else.
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barb returned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
If I remember correctly, it's this way.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
That way, huh?
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges grow. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
That's what you get. I'm about to say, Abby, you mother effer. That's what you get. Go, Barbara. I'm talking about. But like any other horror movie, don't drop your guard. And in and over until he either doesn't have a pulse or you're pretty much got him locked and keyed down. Okay, Michael Myers wannabe.
Had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box was all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Wow.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Okay. Oh, okay. I think I finally got what's going on. This is a different dimension and compared to our world, obviously, because this is a made-up fantasy, so we'll just go with this is a different world. Monsters that don't exist in our world exist here. Crazy things, witchcraft, throw it all. Throw it all in the pot and mix it. That's what we're looking at. Okay, I lodged it. There we go. I feel better now. I feel a lot better now. Yep, Bigfoot? Yeah, sure, why not? Just, why not? There's no reason why I can't be real. And I wanted to say, I knew my gut was right. I knew my gut was right. I knew the magic box was the key. I knew it. I got excited when I heard that. So I was like, I knew I was thinking at first I was overthinking it. And then I realized, yay, my gut was right. Because it's just the common sense. You would hide it in front of someone's eyes. So a box in front of your face, and you open up and spin the thingy, and you wouldn't think twice. But now, it's a music box, and since it showed that hint, that's probably where we're going next. I'm so glad my gut instinct was correct.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Yep, and gave me an extra hint right there. Thank you. Oh, right there. Yeah, I wouldn't have noticed it right there. That's pretty neat. That view. Very creepy. It's nice and all, but it's like creepy because it looks like the ocean's just about to swallow this house up. Speed reduction on the staircase, huh? As far as I'm concerned, since that key worked, that means Barbara Finch probably was killed by legit monsters. What's down in the basement? I saw a bit of it thanks to that little cartoon horror.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Could be for animals, wouldn't it?
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Yeah. Ooh, that's bright and dark at the same time. Whoa. Hopefully you guys can see. Damn, it's dark.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
Poor kid probably got traumatized. Probably feared the world. Especially since we're going into what looks like a bunker. I mean, what else would it be underground, huh?
If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Shaving cream. Yeah. Until he was a man, even to that point, and he was down here. First aid kit. Interesting. I wonder if Walter served in the forces. I said Sam did. Grandpa Sam's, from what I heard. Dang, Walter aged, didn't he? I think he got an ear. No, I guess it's not. Let's say I think he got an ear piercing or an eyebrow piercing for a moment. Guess he slept on a couch. He put a painting down here with the outside world in front of a picture to give the illusion. Whoa. So it goes down further. But we should probably figure out what's going on with this.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
It's like Groundhog Day. Click the mouse, and then spin.
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped.
He's got, like, what are those called? Like liver sores or liver spots? Is that what it's called? He must have aged a lot. 2005. March 2005.
Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe I got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Well, he's not lying. If he waits any longer, what is it, 30 years? He shouldn't be. Would he have gray hair in 30 years? Like, what? Hey, no! No! I don't want no gray hair. No. Okay, I don't like controlling it. He's doing it himself. I'm guessing that's jelly. So where's peanut butter? Tomato. Jars of tomato sauce? Cereal. Extra crispy.
I know it's out there, somewhere.
Pork chunks. Pork hunkies. Oh, it's pork chunks again. The C was cut off, so it said pork hunkies. It's chunkies. Pea soup. Vitamins, so yeah, that's probably how you stayed healthy, with vitamins and just eating some kind of substances. I assume you're the peanut butter, I just can't see your name.
Whatever killed Barbara. And Molly.
Yep, peanut butter and jelly. A lot of it, too.
And Calvin.
Oh, this must be his waste pit.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Oh. That Why would she just stand on
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
That numbskull. I get you really were wanting freedom, but you knew for a fact that didn't you know those were tracks? How could you not know?
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
From what? As far as I know, she's just kept you from pretty much hearing about everything, and it's better just to have it all in the open, as far as I'm concerned, because how can you protect yourselves if you don't share information for the next generation? I'm not saying it'll stop it, but I'm just saying in general it could help prevent the same incidences from happening over and over.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
A lot.
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself.
So she's not the only one left?
And found out what happened to everyone else.
Why'd she say maybe 2?
But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
It's just some thinking to be done.
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
You writing it's kind of like how they wrote it and before they died. It's like writing the same thing, like you have that gut feeling it's coming. So I'm not shocked if you wouldn't.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
General sense, I don't even understand how does your family have a curse in the
But I
first
thought
place.
you should know about your family.
Okay. Those words right there tell me that somebody else is reading this, and we're playing it through. The girl.
And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
Not just lost, just I think a lot of it they just died from just really, really just not paying attention. It's kind of like a bird.
I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
I think it's like a bird eating on a street and then just forgetting the fact that there are cars coming and then get hit. Yeah, that's kind of what I feel like that a lot of them went through. Mind their own business and just, like, the boy that fell off the thing into there, he kind of was pushing his luck when it came to his life. Because he wanted to be free, I guess, or fly or something. I don't know. I guess for me, because safety's like the priority in my mind, and it's programmed. A lot of it just seems like safety just wasn't taken into consideration whatsoever. If it
I can look at the house. Had that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness.
Any of it seems possible.
And I think they would have lived if they just would have been a little bit more safe. You know, there wasn't much supervision on the kids, I think, and that's what lacked that. And the kids probably would have lived a little bit longer. Walter failed to understand what a railroad system is. Common sense, you're standing on rails. But I guess since he hasn't heard train come by for such a long time, like a week, I guess it made sense. I guess I would have been hearing it coming and got out of the way and dived out of the way. But who knows? So where we're going now. Gray's potting mix.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
That's what I would say.
What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
I don't know. Then again, like I said before, if the creatures and their thing is the truth, then maybe in their thing they actually do have a curse that's placed on their family, but I haven't seen a single thing indicating that what placed the curse. It just seems like they're just dying off, and it's just like, it's weird. Very, very weird. All we know is that when he moved the house, it failed and it fell in the water. Then they built a whole new house. But whatever happened back in the time when they moved the house is when the curse had to have started. So it's like, I don't understand what could have caused it.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but
The pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
No, it is a warning for Erica. Don't look. If Ken's watching, tell Erica don't look.
3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
This is probably gonna make some tears. I can already feel my eyeballs like about to tear up right now. Yep, there's tears. Not just for the pets.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Okay, the tears are going down a little bit. Yep. The representation of it. This little saw thing. The knowledgeable one, I guess. This is one. I guess she planned it, he built it. Space Boy. And there's Molly.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
He went down with the ship, huh?
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
It came that close to being where it's at now, huh? Why is there a red light right there? Oh, I guess they placed the thing there in order to mark the location so the ships or whatever didn't hit it.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Once my tears receded,
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
yep, and then they come back. It's always the graveyards.
Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
That's why it doesn't mark as his death.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
And leads us right to the treehouse. This will probably go on until I get tired and start yawning. Which I can feel myself doubling up with a yawn already. So I'm trying to drink some pop to help subside it for a bit. I just need a minute right now. Just to breathe, get it out of my system. Ugh, that way I'm not gonna tear up. I got right on the verge of it. Of having tears coming right down my eyes. I'm just glad that my body
Looking back on it now,
was able to hold it in, because that would have been, yeah, probably not good for you guys to see me tearing up.
if she told me there was going to be so much climbing,
I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
So the other one she said is whoever her kid is. So she had a kid. That's why she says maybe 2. Okay, that makes better sense.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Barry skipped around.
They were both pretty intense.
U.S. Marines. My other career choice would have been probably the U.S. Rangers.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Imagine if these things are here, he didn't die in a war, so that shows there can't be much of a curse if he didn't die when everything was going AWOL, right? Guess I'm assuming he didn't. I guess we'll find out.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
I can see different approaches to this curse going on. Some followed their dreams, some knew about the curse, and some were trying to fight it. If not fight it, meet it head on. All power to him. Got some cojones right there. It's getting dark. There's nothing else here, so we can go ahead and figure out what happened to him, I guess, right? So the ring right there, see, it looks like he may have met somebody. Yep. I'm assuming that's him with some kind of child.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm? Am I gonna have to shoot me?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Smile, Dawn. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are. Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Nothing quite like being outside.
Hold still.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Last time I was Dawn, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
Something more.
Grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Give me a minute to check the map.
Trying to spot a deer, maybe?
Let's see.
That's tricky. So it's not him.
Maybe. Was it? Could have been.
Yeah, think about that. Could it be birds, maybe?
eyes, Dawn. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
She has a gun pointed this way.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Dawn! I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay? Sorry, Dawn. Just gotta reset the timer.
Oh, I didn't know there was a timer. Again, I gotta run my character. Go, go, go.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
That's totally normal.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Yeah, that's understandable. It's a natural hunting accident. There's nothing wrong with that. And if anything, I would say Sam went out in a normal fashion compared to everybody else. Oh, bathroom's over there. So what time is it? 12. We started at like 11, so it's almost been about 2 hours. Let's see where this goes, and we'll find out if we're going to continue or not. Because we got to do Universe Sim on Sunday, a little bit in the afternoon, I think. Sunday afternoon, and then later on we got Subnautica Below, which is going to be another game we're going to be returning to, but has had tons of updates. And we're obviously playing this game, which is a new game added, so we're definitely going to be playing through it.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Yep, there's a save. So I guess when we come back, we're gonna find out what's going on with Georgie, Dawn, and Gus. Yep, there's Gus. So I guess it's Gus. And there's Georgie. Yep, both of them are here. They had a viewpoint of the old house. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time on the Finches and the story, I guess, that we have to go through. We still have to do the Eddie or Idia or whatever it is. I can't say it right. We've already seen there's a Gus and Georgie here. Melton, Lewis, and Dawn is the last ones. So we got, well, about another 6 to go, I guess. As long as there's no hidden ones. And I figured we can finish that up next time, which probably won't be for next, not next weekend, but the weekend after that. So every other weekend. But because what will happen on this channel a lot is going to be Warcraft. So that's going to be the daily thing. There could be a second daily thing come up eventually, but even if it's daily, it may stop eventually. But Warcraft will be continuous, at least for a good while anyway. Because I actually want to get back into it for the Shadowlands. But my feelings so far on this game is that it definitely pulled some heartstrings. Because, as I said earlier in this game, or in these kind of games, is that I put myself in their shoes, from the losses to everything. It hits pretty big. But I'll see you guys next time. Toodles!